Scientists recently discovered teeth in Ethiopia belonging to a previously unknown human species, suggesting it may have lived alongside some of the earliest Homo sapiens. Every human outside Africa carries roughly 2% Neanderthal DNA, a genetic imprint from encounters around 60,000 years ago. But what if some populations carry something even older, something stranger? DNA from a human species we don't even have fossils for. In the highlands of Ethiopia, there exists a genetic archive older than empires, older than civilizations. Here, living people carry the fingerprints of vanished human species, ghost populations with no bones, no tools, only traces embedded in our DNA. From ancient priests to modern Olympic champions, Ethiopian genomes are a time capsule of humanity. The oldest known Homo sapiens fossils, the Omo Kibish remains, date back roughly 195,000 years, while the Herto skulls, just a few hundred miles north, show humans with even larger brain cases living around 160,000 years ago. Fossils, genetics, and cultural continuity make Ethiopia one of the most critical stages of human evolution. Its geography amplified its importance. The Great Rift Valley carved migration corridors, the Blue Nile carried people and genes northward, and the Red Sea offered a gateway to Arabia. During favorable climate periods, Ethiopia became both an exit and a return point where populations left Africa and later returned, bringing foreign DNA with them. Remarkably, Ethiopia remained largely unconquered during European colonization. While much of Africa saw displacement and genetic disruption, Ethiopia preserved its diversity. Studies show a single Ethiopian community can contain more genetic variation than all of Europe combined. Over hundreds of thousands of years, multiple waves of humans, some leaving, some returning, layered their DNA here. In 2019, geneticist Pontus Skoglund analyzed Ethiopian Highlander genomes and found something extraordinary. 4 to 7% of their ancestry comes from an unknown archaic human population, not Neanderthal, not Denisovan, a dosed lineage that diverged over 500,000 years ago and interbred with modern humans in Ethiopia. No fossils, no artifacts, only their genetic echoes remain, shaping immunity, metabolism, and high-altitude adaptation. Ethiopians thrive above 3,000 meters, with 40% less oxygen than at sea level. Unlike Tibetans or Andeans, their BHL-H41 gene evolved in just 5,000 years, optimizing oxygen transfer at the cellular level. Their DNA also provides resistance to malaria, sleeping sickness, tuberculosis, and even smallpox, sometimes without the usual trade-offs. Combined, these adaptations have contributed to Ethiopia producing some of the world's greatest endurance athletes. Ethiopia isn't just an origin point, it's a revolving door. Multiple waves left Africa, some returned, blending their DNA into the local population. Archaeology supports this looping history. Stone tools at Guatemala date to 280,000 years ago, and obsidian blades indicate long-distance trade networks. Even the Nile acted as a genetic highway, carrying people northward and back again. Unlike other regions, Ethiopia absorbed these incoming populations, creating a layered genetic record. Language tells a similar story. Isolated mountain communities speak Semitic languages that evolved in Africa itself roughly 3,000 years ago. Genetics confirms this. Populations carry around 50% Eurasian ancestry, matching linguistic migrations. Words and genes travel together. The Beta Israel community preserves genetic markers tracing to ancient Middle Eastern populations, predating the Babylonian exile. Their rituals resemble early Jewish practices abandoned elsewhere over 2,000 years ago. Genetics and culture align, showing continuity over millennia. Empires like Aksum integrated traders and settlers rather than displacing them. DNA from back migrations, foreign traders, and vanished civilizations like the Harla remain in modern Ethiopians, proving survival through absorption, not conquest. Modern research continues to reveal astonishing findings. The Ethiopian Genetic Diversity Project, launched in 2019, aims to sequence 100,000 genomes. Early discoveries show genes missing from global reference maps, variants that may protect against malaria, diabetes, COVID-19, and more. Ethiopian DNA is more than history. It's a roadmap for survival and innovation. From Lucy to modern marathoners, from ghost populations to royal mummies, Ethiopian DNA preserves humanity's story in living cells. High-altitude endurance, disease resistance, cognitive advantages. It's a glimpse of what humanity could become if diversity is preserved and layered over millennia. The question isn't only what Ethiopian DNA tells us about history, it's what it can teach us about the future.